Hey everyone, it's Pat from Pat David Music. Today we're checking out Nick Johnston's new instrumental album, Remarkably Human. Now if you've heard any of his work before, this is just another step up, and just when you thought he couldn't get any better, the tones, the musicianship and the songwriting in this album are just stellar. And again, every album just gets better and better. So I'm going to go through each track and tell you what I like about the track. But if you are a fan of great quality songwriting, catchy melodies and hooks, and just overall music that inspires you to be a better writer and a better player and a better overall musician, definitely check out this album. Here we go. So track number 1, Ignore Alien Orders. Now it starts off, Nick's tone comes in at about the sort of 50-second, 52-second mark. As soon as you hear that first note, you're like, ah, yes. Classic signature Nick Johnston sort of sound. And it's so good in this world, you know, of so many people having the high gain sort of modeling amps and humbuckers, and you know, everything's being so loud and sort of powered now. It's so great to go from this amazing single coil tone, and it really just cuts through the mix and just sounds great. So it starts off with some sort of mysterious sort of, you know, haunting tones, and then sort of piano sort of melodies throughout, and just leaves you sort of, you know, wanting to find out what's more and what's sort of going to happen with this album. And that's the mysterious sort of first track. So let's check it out now. So second and title track of the album, Remarkably Human, sort of builds from some melodic ideas from the first track, and then you just instantly hear, and you get sucked into this sort of world of guitar that Nick's created over the last few albums, with some great layering of clean sort of acoustic and clean electric guitars, and then sort of the overdriven sounds, and leads to a great sort of guitar solo as well. Really almost my favorite track from the album. We will get to that, but again, just very, very catchy hooks and great songwriting. The third track, Impossible Things. Now this is my favorite track from the album. Again, big, catchy and singable guitar melodies and chorus lines here. And really it's on this track that you can just hear the amount of hours, the amount of time spent, and just the quality spent on producing and engineering this album. It just sounds phenomenal. This is my track to sort of show other people, just to highlight just the quality of the album. Let's listen to that now. Track 4, Poison Touch. So another standout track from the album. Again, singable melodies and lots of sort of a great sort of tempo choice for this sort of ballady track. And just throughout this track and throughout all the other tracks on the album, the piano is really, really good and really tasteful playing. So nice hinting melodies and a great solo towards the end of this track as well. 5, Hypergiant. So another great track where the rhythm section has just amplified that sense of groove within the track, and it's fantastic to just, you can't help but just nod your head and sort of rock on as you're going listening to the track, especially in the car. And especially towards the end, I really love the sense of wah. So the use of wah at the end of the track, it's really great and sort of surprising to hear. I didn't think it would be coming up, and it's again really tasteful. There's no sort of overuse of wah or anything, just it's a great addition to the track and makes something different from this point in the album. Track number 6, Weakened by Winter. Now, different pace on this sort of track, a lot of sort of longing and heartache, and gets you right in the feels, like so emotive. Great sort of playing, and I love the build-up that started by the piano, sort of 3/4 of the way through, and again just builds into some great sort of lead playing and really sort of kicks it up a notch by the end of the track as well. Track number 7, Had Him by the Throat. And again, you can just hear the overall sort of thought that was put into writing this album, and just again kicks up by this track number 7. It's just a shred-tastic voyage, just great use of playing and technique, and not overly sort of flashy or anything like that, but just fits within the quality of the song again. And it's so good by the end of the track where there's the key change. Again, it just feels like it's sort of building and building, towards the end of this album. Track number 8, the last track of the album, Asick and Injured Brain. So this sort of slows things down a little bit, and it's great. The whole album has such great use of light and shade and sort of dynamics. And again, it's really cool that you could, go from so many different sort of feels and grooves throughout the entire album, but still have that classic sort of Nick Johnston vibe going on that he's built through the other albums as well, and the layering of the acoustic guitars that I was saying before. And it's really cool that the album can finish in a way where it's like a slow jam sort of going on, and it just feels great and feels like a nice sort of conclusion and bookend. And I know the next album will be completely different again, but it'd be really cool if this track was extended or continued on the next album. I'm sure that's not the case, but overall another great track. Let's check that out. as you can see, I'm a huge fan of this album. I can't wait to hear it and see it live. Overall, if you're a big fan of catchy instrumental hooks and singable lines and being inspired and by the overall sort of songwriting, if you just want to hear something that's so well produced, you know, there's so many albums the guitarists are bringing out all the time, but this is just really just another level, in my opinion, in terms of just quality and just overall production and feel. And if you do, like I was saying before, if you do want to be inspired by your playing and take your songwriting to another level and hear just some remarkable, well, as the title suggests, is some fantastic playing and overall just sense of rhythm and time and tone. So good and so catchy, love it to bits. Another fantastic album. But that's it. I've been Pat from Pat to Have Music. Highly recommend this album for any guitarist out there that wants to be inspired and just see what's, you know, the instrument is capable of in terms of you know, speaking and overall musicianship. But thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all again.